Some in the crypto space now say that XRP, not Bitcoin, comes closest to realizing Satoshi Nakamoto's original vision. That's a pretty bold claim. But what's behind it? Let's take a closer look. It all started with a post on X, formerly Twitter, by media figure John Squire. He wrote that XRP comes closest to embodying Satoshi Nakamoto's original vision. That idea set off a wave of speculation, especially among XRP supporters, many of whom already see XRP as a kind of true Bitcoin, or at least a better version of what Bitcoin set out to be. So let's unpack what this actually means. Satoshi Nakamoto introduced Bitcoin in 2009 as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It was meant to allow people to send money directly to each other, without going through banks and without high fees. But over time, Bitcoin changed. Today, it's often seen more as a store of value than a tool for daily transactions. Transaction times are slow, fees are higher than they used to be, and mining has become dominated by large operations, making decentralization harder to defend. That's where XRP enters the conversation. XRP, created in 2012, was designed to solve some of these same issues: faster transactions, lower fees, and a system that doesn't rely on energy-hungry mining. Transactions settle in 3 to 5 seconds, and fees are usually less than a cent. It's hard to argue that, in terms of efficiency and speed, XRP doesn't outperform Bitcoin and even Ethereum. Alex Cobb, an XRP community figure, added to the speculation. He pointed to a quote from Satoshi Nakamoto in April 2011, saying he had moved on to other things. Just a little over a year later, XRP was launched. For some in the XRP community, the timing is too perfect to ignore. Could Satoshi have secretly helped develop XRP? While there's no evidence to prove it, the idea has become part of the XRP mythos. But what really keeps this idea alive is the people behind XRP. During a podcast, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, mentioned that David Schwartz, Ripple's chief technology officer, was among the early Bitcoin contributors. Schwartz worked on XRP with the goal of improving the things Bitcoin didn't get right: scalability, speed, and energy efficiency. Some fans even noticed that Schwartz once posted a pre-release version of Bitcoin's code right around his birthday, which, oddly enough, aligns with Satoshi's known birth date on his P2P Foundation profile. Now, to be clear, David Schwartz has never claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto. In fact, he once joked, "I'm more likely to be Satoshi than Craig Wright," referring to the controversial figure who has repeatedly claimed to be Bitcoin's creator, but has not been able to prove it. Schwartz's comment was meant as a joke, not a confession. Still, the XRP community hasn't stopped speculating. Even John Squire's comparison adds fuel to the fire. He called XRP the Starlink of crypto, saying it's fast, modern, and operates with little lag. He compared Bitcoin to a landline, reliable but slow, and Ethereum to a cell phone, better but still with limitations. In that metaphor, XRP comes across as the upgrade, the evolution. Whether or not you agree with that, it's an interesting way to think about how different blockchains serve different purposes. Of course, many in the wider crypto community remain skeptical of any link between XRP and Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin maximalists argue that Bitcoin's decentralization and security are still unmatched. They see XRP as too corporate, too controlled, and too far from Satoshi's original spirit. And that's a fair debate. But here's the takeaway. Whether or not XRP has any real connection to Satoshi Nakamoto, the discussion itself reflects a growing conversation about what we really want from blockchain technology. Is it just about decentralization at all costs? Or is it about practical, scalable systems that actually work in the real world? For XRP fans, the answer is clear. XRP may not just be an alternative. It may be the future that Satoshi imagined but never got to build. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy discussions like this that look at both sides of the story, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's always more to uncover in the world of crypto.